Welcome to the GCIC Baraza. This is a show brought to you by the Government Citizen Interaction Center, your primary contact center for Ugandan citizens and the government. This show brings you all the conversations revolving around service delivery. Now today, we'll be talking about the Kampala Entebbe Expressway and how we can access the various payment methods to access the road tolls. Today, we talk about the Upesi card. Now, I'm sure there are so many people out there who are wondering what an Upesi card and how they can acquire one to be able to use it at the road tolls on the Kampala Entebbe Expressway. Here is a brief about the Upesi card.
Hi, let me tell you about the Upesi card. This is an easy and electronic toll card used on Kampala Entebbe Expressway. It is one of the fastest mode of payment allowed at the toll gates other than cash. Using an Upesi card comes with benefits like discounts up to 70%. To get this card, visit our points of sale in Busega, Kampala, and Kajansi toll stations. All you need is either a national ID, passport, or driving permit for identification. You will then fill a form provided by one of our agents at the point of sale. On this form, you will fill in the details like phone numbers and number plates, which will be entered in the system to get a card of your choice. Go cashless using our Upesi cards and enjoy the ride on Kampala Entebbe Expressway.
With me here today to expound more on the Upesi cards is Joy Nabasa, the Public Relations Manager at Aegis, a contractor that handles or holds operations of the Kampala Entebbe Expressway. Joy, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
First things first, tell us about the Upesi card.
So, an Upesi card is an electronic toll card used at the expressway. To drive through the lanes, you need either cash or that Upesi card. Yeah.
Right. And what are the different types of Upesi cards?
So we have three types of cards. We have the weekly pass, the monthly pass, and the easy pass. So these cards have discounts. 10% discount for the easy pass. The 10% is discounted per trip, per passage. Then the weekly pass has 50% discount, and the monthly pass has 70% discount.
Oh, so you're talking about discounts, but how much does one need to buy one or to acquire one?
Oh, to acquire one, you don't need money. So it's a free of charge card. But on that card, according to the type of card you get, you have to load funds, appropriate funds for that card. For example, the Easy Pass, you have to have more than 20,000 shillings on that card to go through. So you have to load 20,000 and above. Then for the weekly pass, for the different types of classifications of vehicles, you load per week. So that weekly pass gives you 14 trips for 7 days. After the 7 days are done, from the day you got the card, the trips expire, whether you've used them or not. So you have to, the weekly pass is mainly for the frequent users who use the road every day. Same as the monthly pass, that is 70%. It comes with 60 trips for 30 days. So within those 30 days, you have a to and fro each day. Yeah, those are mainly used by the frequent users. So according to the different classification of your vehicle, the different 70% discount of the 60 trips, the amounts are different. Now, for example, on the monthly pass, if you have our normal vehicles of class 2, those pay 5,000 in cash. So in a month, you find that you've used around 300,000 without a card. But when you have our card that has 70% discount, you end up paying 90,000 per month. So they've deducted a lot of money off. You're just paying 30%. So that's what comes with the card, the most benefits. Then as you use the lanes, you pass faster than someone who has cash. It takes less than 5 seconds to pass. You just tap the card reader and move. Yeah.
So you're talking about Upesi cards, but where does one get one? Do you have different offices in town, or do they have to come to the toll booth?
Before you join the lanes on the expressway, we have our points of sale before you join the lanes. So you visit our different points of sales and acquire those cards. With time, we shall have external points of sale like in town, in Kampala, or in Entebbe, for people to easily access and get these cards so that you can just come and pass through. Then if you already have a card, topping up is very easy because now we have mobile platforms of mobile money, Airtel, and FlexiPay. So you can do it wherever you are and you just come straight to the road. Yeah. But these mobile money transactions and FlexiPay with Airtel are not at the lanes, but on the cards. Because we have most people come in and they just want to pay mobile money direct at the lanes. No, we can't do that because it delays. The transactions are not as fast as when you are using the card. Okay. Yeah.
So for emphasis, mobile money is not allowed?
Not, yeah, mobile platforms are only on the cards, on the Upesi card, and not at the toll gates, at the lanes. So at the lanes, you either have cash or your Upesi card that has all those different options. Okay. Yeah.
So say someone buys a card, say I buy a card and then I'm traveling, let's say from Kampala to Entebbe, and I get to Entebbe and a friend of mine probably is low on cash and he doesn't have cash to pay for the road toll. Is it transferable? Can a different car use an Upesi card that belongs to someone else?
That only applies on the Easy Pass. Now the Easy Pass is like a wallet. You load money, and if you've loaded 100,000, the only time you pass is when that money is deducted. And that card can be shared with, especially for people who have different cars. Today you use your Benz, tomorrow you use your Range Rover, so you can keep changing cars, but have that one card that has 10%. But for the weekly and monthly, they register with their number plates, so you can't share the card, the weekly pass and the monthly pass.
Okay, and then what happens if I happen to lose one? Do I buy a new one, or can it be, can I get a refund? Can I?
Once you lose your card, you have to come back to the points of sale with extra 20,000. Remember, the first purchase of the card, actually you don't purchase it. The first time you get the card free of charge, all you have to do is load your funds on the card. But now that you've lost the card, you have to pay 20,000 for you to get a new card. And when you get the new card, your funds will be transferred from the lost card to the new card.
And does that also apply to, say, a card that has been spoiled, or maybe fell in water or something happened and it got spoiled?
Yeah, anything, any damages on the card, once you already have a card and it's damaged, you pay 20,000 Ugandan shillings, you get a new card, and all your funds will be transferred to the new card.
And then, say one has loaded about 100,000 or 90,000 on the Upesi card, but then they would like a refund. They realize they shouldn't have spent as much as they did on the Upesi card, but they wanted a refund. Are refunds allowed?
No. Refunds are not allowed. You just have to use the card, finish your funds. If you want to keep using cash and you feel you have the money, you can go on and use the money. But we don't refund. Once you've already got your card, loaded funds, we can't refund the money. And
do you carry forward, if one wanted to carry forward their trips, how does that work? Say this month I didn't travel, or I didn't use the expressway, but then I want to use it probably like in the next 2 months.
No, for the weekly and monthly, strictly 1 month. Once you don't use your trips in a month, they cannot be moved forward to another month. Yeah, they will expire. But for the Easy Pass, once you load 200,000, you pass twice this year and pass next year, your money will still be there. It doesn't expire, it doesn't go anywhere, it will stay on the card. Yeah, so mostly that is workable on the Easy Pass, the wallet, because for it you deduct when you're passing. But for the weekly and monthly, those trips will expire, unfortunately.
And speaking of one of those other Upesi cards that's transferable, how does one get to check the balance on the card? Say you've given it to a friend and he's used it, but then you're not sure whether there's money on it or not.
So once you're getting your Upesi card at our points of sale, there is a form that you fill. So on that form, there are your different details, your number, your phone number, and everything. So once all that is entered in the system, for you to get your card, the details, the number that you put down is the number where all those messages of the trips left and the amount left on your Easy Pass, all that information is sent to your phone number that you registered while you are acquiring that card. So every trip you make, they keep reminding you of how much is left on your card and how much you've used when you've passed. Yeah, so all that information comes on the details that you left at our point of sale that is entered in the system. So you keep getting messages every time you pass.
Okay, and are there transaction limits when it comes to Upesi card? Say there's a minimum or a maximum of the amount of money you can probably spend on your
card? For the Easy Pass, there is no maximum money you load, but there is a minimum which is 20,000. So it is 20,000 and above. Then for the monthly pass, you have to load, if you're to load, you load for 2 months maximum. Great. So you can't go beyond that. Same as weekly pass, where you have to load 2 weeks, and after those 2 weeks, you have to come back and load more 2 weeks. Like you can't go beyond the 2 weeks. Yeah.
Great. So as we come to the conclusion of this interview, is there anything else that you'd like to let the public out there know about these Upesi cards or any other options for payment?
I want to let the public know that these Upesi cards come with discounts that will help you save more. So as you save more, you will have, it is easy to pass on the road. The amount of time spent while transacting with cash is way more than the amount of time spent while using an Upesi card, because you just tap on the card reader and you're out in 5 seconds. So I would tell the road users to all get Upesi cards because it will help ease transport and make it faster for you to go through the lanes.
Okay.
Yeah, with the discounts, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That was Joy Nabasa, the Public Relations Manager at Aegis, the contractor that's tasked with handling operations at the Kampala Entebbe Expressway. There you have it, folks. The Upesi card is the way to go. You don't necessarily have to carry around money or using mobile money, put it on. All you need is just to purchase your card, which will be very efficient and very easy to use. Thank you very much for watching. This, again, is the Citizen Baraza, brought to you by the Government Citizen Interaction Center. This is the end of the video session, but remember, we are continuing this interview on Twitter Spaces. Do follow us at GCIC Uganda, where we'll be bringing you a live conversation where you get to ask your questions and let your voices be heard. Thank you for listening.